Mixtape Radio.
Welcome to Mixtape Radio. I'm Mike Shea, and we're back for another week with 5 more bands and 5 more songs from all over the world. This show is brought to you by Cinescape Media. You can get more about this show and all other shows by going to their website, cinescape.media. Now, let me break down how this show works every week. I'm going to share clips of songs from 5 different bands and artists, and they're going to be all kinds of different stuff: rock, rap, hip-hop, EDM, metal, country, blues, whatever the hell else is out there. Nothing is off limits, and I'm going to tell you where these people have their music online for you to pick up, and a little bit about each of them as well. And at the end of every month, I'll do a special episode where I create a mix of my favorite from the previous month. But enough talking now, let's get into the music. Now, Mama is a grunge rock band based out of Los Angeles, fronted by singer-songwriters Etta Friedman and Allegra Weingarten. Now, the pair use their music to create fictional vignettes that deal with some more complex issues, morality, youth, punishment. Actually, about the band's upcoming album, Two of Me, Weingarten herself had this to say, quote, "Two of Me's songs are about coming to terms with the side of you within yourself that is maybe capable of darker things," unquote. Let's take a look at the first single from their upcoming album. This is Double Dare. That was Double Dare by Mama. You can pre-order their upcoming album, Two of Me, at the link below. The album will be available on June 5th of this year. Now, last time we were together, I talked about how tough it is to find some good rock and metal for shows like this, but as luck would have it, I found some solid options for this week's show. Now, this next band is called Bloodstar, the Utah-based 4-piece that combines classic heavy metal with take-no-shit rock and roll. Their words, not mine, but they fit perfectly. Fast tempos, sick riffs, killer drums, combined with vocalist Maddie Smith's low-octave, powerful bars and lyrics promise to get the blood pumping and the adrenaline cranked up to 11. They've got a new album called The Fear dropping on May 29th. Let's listen to the title track for their new album. This is Bloodstar with The Fear. That was Bloodstar with the title track off their upcoming album, The Fear. You can pre-order it now at the link in the description and get it by May 29th of this year. Now, all the music featured on today's show was purchased legally through Bandcamp, but we also love it when we get music sent to us by you guys. If you'd like to have your music shared on this show, just send an email to mixtaperadiopod@gmail.com. Tell me your name, a little about your style, where your stuff can be found online, and most important of all, a song that you'd like to have played. We answer every email that we get, and we check the mailbox daily, so don't waste any time. Send us your music to mixtaperadiopod@gmail.com. Now, it's always great when I get to share some music from my neck of the woods. This is coming straight out of the Cincinnati area from a little group called St. Mary, St. Michael. Now, this group is the brainchild of Tyler Carson, and they dropped a new album just this past summer called Another Anodyne. I was actually lucky enough to get to meet Tyler last year on Don Smith's radio podcast, The Life, and it was a real blast getting to see him play in person. St. Mary St. Michael's music takes hints of folk and southern rock and sprinkles them with Tyler's just profound and emotional lyrics. There's a song on this album for just about every mood, every life experience. And there's one song that really gets me every time I hear it. That song is called Do I Love You Less?
write sad songs? Is it because I'm sad too? I tell them no, no, they're just stories that I have, not what I feel.
That was St. Mary, St. Michael with the song Do I Love You Less. Pick up their latest album, Another Anodyne, now at the link in the description. Hey, if you'd like to stay up to date with this show, get more involved, be a part of the team, as it were, you can follow us on social media. Mixtape Radio is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram using the handle mixtaperadiopod. Follow along so you can let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, and even send us some music for the show. Now, I've made some very talented friends over the years. One of those is a fella by the name of Nick Sweat. Now, Nick is one of those guys that's just always writing and recording music. He's invested years and years into his songs. He's been a member of many bands and other projects. And back in 2012, he was the first person I went to when I wanted to start my own record label. Now, Nick is a guy that never ceases to impress me with his talent. And back in 2016, he released a special collection called Wreckage, a sort of greatest hits album featuring songs from his previous bands, as well as some special acoustic demos that had never been before released. Here's one of those acoustic demos now of my favorite Nick Sweat song, Curtain Call.
Every time that you call, I think of all those lies you told. And every word that you speak slides like an avalanche all over me. Well, I keep your picture in a frame, just like nothing's ever changed. Crossing these lines time after time, we'll fall together committing these crimes. So when you say you wanna go, why can't you just leave me alone? Curtains are closed, it's last call. Have yourself a drink, drive yourself on home.
Nick Sweat with the acoustic demo of the song Curtain Call off his greatest hits album, Wreckage, which you can pick up at the link down in the description. Hey guys, want to remind you that you can now support this show on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/mixtaperadiopod and help us really just cover the cost of the music. We pay all of the musicians and bands we feature on this show for their music to play it on the show legally and in all fairness so that everybody gets supported. So for $3 a month, you get awesome rewards, awesome stuff and things you can do and be a part of the show, become an executive producer of the show, as it were, while also just helping us support this awesome talent. Again, that's patreon.com/mixtaperadiopod. So we're just about out of time in today's show, but I still have one more great song for you guys. Now, this is another band that I have a personal connection with. The lead singer and I have been friends for a number of years. I was a big fan of his last band, Necessary Evil. We might play them on the show at one point here. But he had a new band that formed a couple of years ago that is just epic, and I think you guys are really going to like them. The name of the band is 0 Day. And they released an EP called Out of the Ashes, and the lead song off that album with its own music video and everything is called Skeletons, and it rips so hard. I think you guys are really going to dig this. Here's 0 Day with the song Skeletons. That was 0 Day with the song Skeletons off their EP Out of the Ashes, which you can get at the link in the description. Guys, we are out of time for this week's show. I know, it's a bummer, but listen, we are in trying times right now. Things are a little rough around the world, to put it mildly, but that does not mean that our lives have to cease altogether. We're all in this together. I'm not quoting High School Musical. We're here to support each other. We're here to be for each other. And that's why this show continues to go on, to give you something to look forward to every week. Now you can go out and find some awesome new music to help keep you occupied while you're stuck at home, while you're working on getting through all the craziness going on in the world. That's what we're here for you every week at Mixtape Radio and all the other great shows at Cinescape Media. Go to cinescape.media. Check out all the other awesome podcasts and other great content we have here as well. Remember, if you want to get your music featured on this show, send an email to mixtaperadiopod@gmail.com, and you can now support us on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/mixtaperadiopod and check it out there. We'll be back again next week. 5 new bands, 5 new songs. It's going to be a blast, guys. In the meantime, I'm Mike Shea. This has been Mixtape Radio. We'll catch you next week, and until then, support your local musicians.